Turning now to our top story, a World War II soldier from Minnesota will soon be laid to rest after being identified decades after his death.
This thanks to the tireless efforts of an organization with a mission to leave no soldier behind. Babs Santos heard from the man's loved ones today, amazed by this development, Babs.
Yes, Cash is finally home, and his family members, including a half-sister, are overjoyed. Next week, they will finally see him to his final resting place.
We'll honor him and put him to rest in America.
More than 8 decades after U.S. Army Air Force Private Robert W. Cash died during World War II, the mission to leave no soldier behind remains a driving force, now bringing closure to family members like Leo Filardo.
It means so much.
A 41-year active duty Navy veteran himself, Leo is Robert's cousin, but he didn't know that until just this year. Robert, born in Minneapolis in 1921, was stationed in the Philippines and died of dysentery and malaria at just 20 years old, sacrificing his life for his country.
An American gave his life for his country, and we're bringing him home.
These photos show the horrors endured. Prisoners of war on a death march after the Japanese invaded the Philippine Islands, capturing thousands of U.S. and Filipino service members, then led on a 65-mile death march and held in a prisoner of war camp where around 2,800 people died and were buried in common graves. In Honolulu, forensic anthropologist Dr. Mary Magassi now leads the Cabana Tuan project, exhausting every effort, in this case using DNA testing and dental records to identify Cash in April.
It provides closure to families. I think it's meaningful to the individual families. It's meaningful to our country.
Next week in New York, Cash will receive a burial with full military honors that's almost a century overdue.
We are finally going to bring him home. Bring him home. He'll be buried in the same cemetery as his father.
For some 70 years, Cash's remains, marked as unknown, were meticulously cared for at the Manila American Cemetery in the Philippines. Now, a rosette will be placed next to his name on the walls of the missing to indicate he has been accounted for.
So emotional. I mean, just thinking about the process and what it means all these years later.
So many hours go into doing this for other soldiers as well along the time. So it's amazing to see all these people come together and make this happen.
Yeah, so many emotions for that family right now.